Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up because today we're diving headfirst into one of the most jaw-dropping moments in daytime television history, the explosive clash between the eternal icon Cher and the sharp-tongued queen of The View, Joy Behar, that ended with Cher storming off the set in a blaze of glory. Picture this. It's a crisp morning in the ABC studios, the lights are bright, the audience is buzzing with anticipation, and the panel is lined up as usual. Whoopi Goldberg keeping things grounded, Sunny Hostin ready with her insights, Sarah Haynes beaming her optimism, Alyssa Farah Griffin bringing the conservative edge, and Joy Behar, ever the firestarter, with that signature smirk that says she's about to stir the pot. Cher, at 79 years young, glides in like the goddess she is, dressed in a shimmering black ensemble that hugs her curves just right, her iconic long black hair cascading down, those piercing eyes framed by dramatic lashes, and lips painted a bold red that screams, "I believe in life after love," and drama. She's there to promote her latest memoir, a tell-all that's already climbing the charts, spilling tea on everything from her rocky romances to her triumphs in music and film. The crowd erupts in applause as she takes her seat, waving regally, her husky voice cracking a joke about surviving the 70s to make it to this couch. Whoopi kicks things off with warmth, praising Cher's resilience and timeless beauty, and the interview flows smoothly at first. Cher shares hilarious anecdotes about her Vegas residencies, how she once turned down a duet with Elvis because he was too sweaty, and her secret to staying fierce: "Honey, it's all in the wigs and the attitude." Laughter ripples through the studio, commercial break looms, and everyone thinks it's going to be another feel-good segment. But oh, how wrong they were. As the cameras roll back, Joy leans in, her eyes twinkling with mischief, and drops the bomb that's about to ignite the room: a pointed question about Cher's very public political outbursts, specifically her relentless criticism of a certain former president that had social media in a frenzy just weeks prior. What starts as a seemingly innocent probe quickly spirals into a verbal cage match that leaves jaws on the floor in America glued to their screens. This isn't just gossip. It's a seismic shift in celebrity culture, where icons refuse to be muzzled, and talk shows learn the hard way that legends bite back. Stay tuned as we unpack every sizzling second of this showdown that redefined live TV fireworks. Let's rewind to the heart of the storm, where Joy Behar, with her decades-honed skill for provocation, decides to poke the bear, or in this case, the Gypsy Queen herself. It all begins innocently enough after Cher wraps up a story about her Broadway comeback, the audience still chuckling at her quip about outlasting half the cast with her stamina. Joy, sipping her coffee mug like it's a potion of chaos, tilts her head and says, "Cher, we all adore your activism, it's fierce, it's you, but let's talk real for a second. Your tweets about redacted politician calling him a threat to democracy, and urging fans to vote blue or else, isn't that a bit much? I mean, you're entertainment royalty. Do you think Hollywood should stay out of the swamp, or are we all fair game now?" The studio falls into a hush, the kind where you can hear the crew's whispers in the booth. Cher's smile freezes, her manicured nails tapping the armrest like Morse code for incoming thunder. She pauses, those famous brows arching like cathedral spires, and then unleashes, "Joy, darling, with all due respect, and honey, that's minimal right now. I've spent my life fighting for the underdog, from gay rights in the 70s when it was suicide to women's health now. That man's policies, they threaten everything I hold dear, from drag queens to dreamers. If speaking truth makes me too much, then sign me up for more. What's your excuse for cozying up to the status quo while the world's burning?" Gasps echo from the audience. Whoopi tries to interject with a nervous laugh. "Whoa, ladies, let's keep it civil," but Joy's not backing down. She's firing back, her New York accent thickening with ire. "Oh please, Cher, you're the one with the private jets lecturing us on climate while dodging taxes in Malibu. Hypocrisy much? We all saw those IRS leaks, entertainers playing savior while stiffing the little guy." The panel erupts, Sunny nodding furiously in agreement with Cher, Sarah pleading for unity, Alyssa chiming in with a conservative zinger about celebrity overreach. But Cher, she's rising like a phoenix, her voice dropping to that gravelly timbre that could shatter glass. "Hypocrisy. Look in the mirror, Joy. You've built a career on hot takes that divide, not unite. I'm out here using my platform to heal, not hurl shade from a taxpayer-funded set." The audience is split, half cheering, half murmuring in shock, as producers' voices crackle urgently in earpieces. This isn't banter, it's a full-throated ideological brawl, with Cher's passion clashing against Joy's cynicism like thunder against lightning, setting the stage for the mic drop moment that's about to make headlines worldwide. As the seconds tick, you can feel the electricity, the unspoken truth that this couch has become a coliseum, and only one diva will walk away unscathed. The temperature in the studio skyrockets as the verbal volleys intensify, with Cher leaning forward, her jewelry jangling like warning bells, eyes locked on Joy with the intensity of a laser-guided missile. Joy, undeterred, doubles down, waving her hands dramatically, Taxes. That's rich coming from you, Ms. I heart trans rights who invests in oil barons behind closed doors. We did our homework. Cher, your portfolio's dirtier than a tabloid scandal. Fans deserve authenticity, not this selective outrage. The crowd murmurs, some applauding Joy's gotcha, others booing as Cher's face flushes under the makeup, her fists clenching subtly on her lap. Whoopi jumps in desperately, okay, time out. We're here to celebrate Cher's book, not audit her 401k. But the damage is done. Cher's had enough of the ambush disguised as journalism. She stands abruptly, her chair scraping back with a screech that silences the room, towering over the panel in her heels like a vengeful Valkyrie. Authenticity. That's my middle name, Joy, unlike some who peddle fear for ratings. I've bled for this country in ways you'll never understand, adopting kids when no one else would, marching when it was dangerous. You want to drag me? Do it off air, because I'm not your punchline. The audience is on its feet now, a wave of cheers crashing over the stunned hosts, phones out recording every pixel of pandemonium. Sunny whispers something supportive to Cher, but the icon's already grabbing her purse, slinging it over her shoulder with the flair of a warrior sheathing her sword. Joy, for a split second, looks rattled, her smirk faltering into a what have I done blink, before recovering with a snarky, running away proves my point. That's the spark that lights the final fuse. Cher whirls back, pointing a finger like a divining rod of doom, running. No, sweetie, this is walking tall, from a bully who confuses volume for victory. Tell your viewers the truth, power to the people, not the puppets. Enjoy, call me when you've got half my spine. With that, she strides toward the exit, hips swaying defiantly, blowing kisses to the adoring fans in the front row who chant her name like a battle cry. Producers scramble, lights flicker as if the set itself is short-circuiting, and Whoopi calls for commercial with a voice that's equal parts awe and alarm. In that frozen moment, as the red light blinks off, the world outside the studio is already exploding, social media timelines flooding with clips, hashtags like hashtag Cher vs Joy and hashtag View walkout trending in minutes. This wasn't just a spat, it was a manifesto, a raw unfiltered stand against the sanitized spectacle of morning TV, proving that at her core, Cher remains the ultimate disruptor, unafraid to burn bridges when they lead to bullshit. As the commercial break hits like a mercy rule in a boxing match gone wrong, chaos reigns backstage where Cher's entourage huddles like Secret Service agents, her publicist furiously typing damage control tweets while the star herself downs a shot of something strong from a hidden flask, muttering, "That woman's got the empathy of a doorknob." Back on set, the panel is a whirlwind of whispers and side eyes, Joy fanning herself with a script page, insisting to Whoopi, she started it with her diva demands. While Sunny shoots daggers, "You ambushed her, Joy, that's not hosting, that's hunting." Sarah mediates with her trademark niceness, suggesting a group hug that no one buys, and Alyssa Liv tweets the drama, captioning it, "When icons clash, popcorn mandatory." Meanwhile, the audience buzzes like a hive on fire, snippets of conversation floating up. Did Cher just school Joy on live TV? I need that wig energy. Play it back. I'm Team Cher forever. When the show resumes, the awkwardness is thicker than fog. Whoopi addresses the elephant with grace. Folks, that got heated, but passion is what makes us human. Cher's a trailblazer, and we wish her the best with her book. Joy, ever the trooper, cracks a joke about needing hazard pay, eliciting polite chuckles, but the vibe's irreparably cracked, like fine china dropped from a skyscraper. Cut to the fallout. Within hours, ABC's switchboard lights up like Vegas, fans flooding in with support for Cher, calling the segment a masterclass in standing your ground, while a vocal minority sides with Joy, decrying Hollywood entitlement. Cher hits X herself, posting a selfie mid-stride from the green room, left the View with my head high and heart full. Truth over tea any day. Love y'all, stay fierce. Kiss mark hashtag no filter. It garners millions of likes, retweets pouring in from fellow celebs, Alicia Keys dropping fire emojis, RuPaul quipping, Mama Cher slays again, turning the walkout into a viral victory lap. Pundits dissect it on every network. CNN calls it The death knell for softball interviews, Fox spins it as liberal infighting gold, and late-night hosts like Jimmy Fallon reenacted with wigs and props, cementing its place in pop culture lore. But beneath the memes and metrics lies something deeper, a reminder that women over 70, especially queer icons like Cher, aren't relics to be patronized but forces to be reckoned with. Joy issues a half apology on the next episode. I admire her fire, maybe I turned up the heat too high, but it's clear the power dynamic shifted. This clash wasn't about politics per se, it was about respect, about demanding space for unapologetic voices in a world quick to clip wings. Cher didn't just leave the set, she liberated it, proving that at any age, you can rewrite the script, and walk off into legend. Fast forward to the digital deluge that follows, where hashtag Cher walks off becomes the internet's obsession, spawning reaction videos faster than you can say, believe. TikTok teens lip-sync Cher's parting shot over dramatic music, drag queens recreate the stare down with exaggerated flair, and Reddit threads dissect every micro-expression. Did Joy flinch at the tax jab, or was it a blink? Mainstream media piles on. People magazine runs a cover story, Cher's bold exit, icon or instigator. With insider quotes from the set revealing pre-show tensions, apparently, Joy prepped tough questions after Cher's latest tweet storm, aiming for ratings gold but hitting a nerve minefield. The New York Times op-ed pensively asks, has The View outlived its provocative prime? While Variety hails Cher as the anti-Kardashian, real talk in a filtered world. Sales of Cher's memoir skyrocket 300%, fans snapping it up for the unwritten chapter on daytime disasters, and ABC sees a 40% uptick in next-day views, proving controversy is catnip for eyeballs. But let's zoom in on the human element. Cher, back in her Malibu sanctuary, surrounded by her pack of dogs and a lifetime of Grammys, reflects in a Vogue interview, Joy's a fighter, I respect that. But when you come for my soul, expect fireworks. Life's too short for small talk. Joy, on her podcast, admits a twinge of regret. I pushed because I care about the issues, but damn, that woman doesn't fold. Lesson learned. Don't mess with the gypsy. The ripple effects hit deeper. Activist groups rally behind Cher, launching petitions for respectful celebrity interviews, while media watchdogs critique The View's ambush style, sparking panel shake-up rumors. Alyssa Farah Griffin emerges as the unlikely bridge builder, co-authoring an op-ed with Cher on Women Warriors, Bridging the Divide, Turning Beef into Bomb. Fans, stunned into solidarity, flood comment sections with stories. Cher taught me to speak up at 50, Joy's questions hit home, thanks for the realness. This moment transcends tabloid fodder, it's a cultural checkpoint, highlighting how boomer icons like Cher bridge generations, her vulnerability in the face of attack reminding us that even immortals bruise. Social media evolves too, algorithms boost, empowerment edits, of the clip, soundtracking empowerment anthems, while parody accounts like View Drama Daily churn out fake feuds for laughs. Yet amid the noise, a quiet victory. Cher announces a surprise tour, fierce and free, selling out in hours, with proceeds to LGBTQ+ causes Joy once championed. It's poetic justice, the clash catalyzing connection, proving that when divas duel, the audience wins, gaining not just spectacle, but substance, a blueprint for bold discourse in divided times. As the dust settles on this seismic showdown, what lingers is a profound shift in how we view vulnerability and valor on the small screen, with Cher emerging not as victim or villain, but as the victor who redefined resilience for an entire generation. Months later, the incident's anniversary sparks retrospectives. Podcasts like Spilled Tea replay the audio with expert commentary from psychologists on the art of the elegant exit, while documentaries like Netflix's Divas Unchained frame it as chapter in Cher's epic saga, intercutting the clash with archival footage of her 80s activism. Joy Behar, true to form, weaves it into her stand-up specials, joking, I survived Cher, now I'm bulletproof. But privately, sources say it prompted soul-searching, leading to softer segments on The View focused on unity over uproar. Whoopi, the steady captain, credits the moment for humanizing us all, inviting Cher back for a reconciliation special that draws record ratings, where the duo hugs it out over shared stories of ageism battles, turning foes to friends in a masterstroke of maturity. Alyssa and Sunny co-host a webinar on Clash to Cash, leveraging conflict for good, donating proceeds to causes both women champion, proving the beef bore beautiful fruit. Fans, forever changed, form online communities like Cher's Couch Rebels, swapping tips on channeling that walk-off energy in daily life, from boardroom call-outs to family dinners. Broader implications ripple outward. Talk show formats evolve, with mandates for pre-interview boundaries, and celebrity memoirs surge with behind the couch chapters, hungry for authenticity. Cher, ever the phoenix, channels the chaos into creativity, dropping a protest ballad, Off the View, a funky disco folk hybrid that tops Billboard, lyrics laced with lines like, I walked when they talked, now the truth's in the groove. Her influence amplifies. Young stars like Billie Eilish cite it as inspiration for boundary setting, while politicians reference Cher's spine in speeches on free speech. Ultimately, this fiery fray wasn't a fall from grace but a fierce reclamation, stunning us into seeing that at 79, Cher's just hitting her stride, teaching that clashes can catalyze change, leaving legacies not in whispers but in roars. So next time you tune into The View or any stage, remember, under those lights, legends don't break, they blaze trails, inviting us all to grab the mic and march to our own defiant beat. Thank you for joining this wild ride. What's your take? Drop it in the comments, like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more unfiltered truths. Peace, love, and a little gypsy soul to you all.